Hi, I'm Trevor. You may have seen some of my other videos where I actually explain some of the benefits of stretching and getting up out of your desk. So this video is actually going to go through each of those exercises in real time. So you could use this as a prompt to actually do a bit of a mini workout at your office desk or in your workstation, wherever you might be. So let's start with the chest release. So if you sit in your chair, comfortable position, let's have the hands here, once again, the front of the chest. And all I'm going to do is actually work through some cervical range, stretching into my neck. So I depress my shoulders, I come up and down. So what we want to do here is just work within your limits. Feeling a little bit of discomfort is normal as we go into the stretch, so a slight pulling. Stretching sensation is fine, but just do be careful with anything over and above that. And you should feel this actually getting a little bit easier. If you have it available to you, we will start to tilt the chin so we come up. Tilt one way, slowly back. Tilt the chin, slowly back. Come back to the midline. And obviously breathing is really important here, so try to maintain your normal breathing rhythm as you do this. So let's aim for about 10 reps. Do one more. Good. Secondly, we'll do another one in sitting. And this is one we'll just add in, and it's just an easy one. We'll just slowly roll the shoulders back. You want to try to create some flexion, and even though we spend a lot of time in this flex position, what I want you to focus on is this extension phase where we roll the shoulders back and down. So aiming to do about 10 of these. Come up high towards the ears and drop. Up, roll back and down. Up, depress, up and depress. You might feel things kind of clicking and popping there, but that's fine. It's just things releasing in your body. We'll do one more. There, okay, great. Coming up out of your chair next. We'll bring your chair in and we'll use the chair as a bit of a prop in this case, as in the other videos. We'll sink back, bend the knees, drop, lift the chest and the chin and up. So coming back to a standing position, dropping down, watching that you're not rounding here. I really want you to focus on dipping and extending through this mid-back region and up. And once again, we can aim for roughly 10 reps. You could obviously do this as time allows throughout the day. These can be done all together as a set of exercises, or you could just pick bits of these exercises throughout your work day, maybe doing one exercise every hour for 2 to 4 minutes, and that will really help. One, get you up and moving, but two, also stretching those key areas that need to be stretched. Good. We'll incorporate stretching into the back of the legs there. So what we'll do is come up using the chair again. If you have the range available to you, we'll keep the knees straight and we'll drop one and coming back up tall. Two. If you need to here, if you're very tight in the hamstrings, you can bend the knees. That's totally fine. What I want you to avoid though is feeling any tightness through the neck. So think of depressing the shoulders and bringing them away as you do that. Draw back. Knee bend if you need to. Coming up nice and tall. You can always even bring your hands back to the sides here. Reach, stretch, up, hands back to the side, reach, stretch. Let's do a couple more. Okay, excellent. So we've stretched out a couple of areas there. We'll use a wall here to do the lunge stretch that we did before. So, hands up at shoulder height. We take one leg back, doesn't matter which leg it is, we're going to do both. 1, tilt the hips forward, feel the stretch in the front of the hips, and coming back closer to the wall. 2, tuck the hips under, feel the stretch in the front of the hip, and coming back. Now the walls here is one bit of a prop to help with your balance. You can actually start to push against the wall if that's comfortable. Once again, a reminder you shouldn't feel this in the lower back. So watch that you're not arching the back here. I want you to draw the hips under and keep a neutral, straight spine and coming back. So again, the aim of this stretch is to feel it in the hip flexors, the front of the hip region of the back leg. A bit of a progression here if you wanted to slightly change or add in another stretch. So as you come back, I take the same side hand up as my leg that is back, so in this case my right leg, my right hand goes up and I stretch. Now that is going to actually give me more of a stretch. Once again, as you lift your arm, watch that you're not dipping into the lumbar spine. Keep nice and straight. We'll do one more each side. 1. Obviously, come back to your breath and just check that you're breathing normally. And back up. Good. We'll stay at the wall and we'll do the chest stretch. So one hand roughly shoulder height, other hand comes up high, cheek to the wall, look away from the high hand, stretch. And then we'll switch. Hand high, other hand at shoulder height, look away from the high hand, stretch. If you have quite flexible shoulders here, you can actually start to turn away a little bit more from that hand, just depending on your flexibility in your shoulders. So here, if you don't quite feel that, start to turn away from that there. So my feet are turning away from the wall. We'll do one more each side. Okay, great. So the chest and the hips should be nicely stretched. We'll do one more, which was the lunge we did assisted with the chair. This was a side lunge. So our feet are actually a bit wider, that's shoulder width. I come a bit wider. I shift my weight and I dip through the hip. Once again, if you need the assistance of your hand, push, push, and push. If you need to have both hands there, that's fine. Shift, watch that, again, as a reminder not to collapse through the spine. Nice, strong, tall spine. Hips, again, not pivoting or hinging through the lower back. Keep that neutral spine and shift side to side. And we aim roughly for about 10 repetitions. Again, if you want to add a progression to this, I come across and I shift and stretch up with my opposite hand. Okay, there you go. So it's not too difficult to get up out of your chair and just doing 5 or 6 really simple but effective exercises throughout your workday to get you up and moving. If you did like what you saw today, please visit our websites to learn more. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Thanks very much.